already know. What's the name of Candy Girl? You are my world. You look so sweet. You're all I need. Candy Girl. The way you walk. The way you talk. Oh, shit. Y'all already know what it is. Ooh. Oh. All right, y'all. All right. I know that's motherfucking goddamn right. Y'all know what it is. It's the New Edition movie, y'all. Part 1 of 3 parts. Man, you know, parts of this show kind of pisses me off because I think it's true to form, but I mean, you know, I got to hear my little songs or whatever. I mean, we only heard a couple of songs, but we heard some oldie but goodies, and we heard some you know, I mean, some Michael Jackson, some what's the name? And I'm gonna get into the review, but this is a good review. But I just want to let y'all know something. I stepped away from from doing reviews for a second, and I lost. I mean, I haven't lost any subscribers, but I haven't been gaining any. And I do apologize. And to the ones that stayed loyal to me and kept on, who still subscribe to me, I appreciate you. But I am trying to grow my base. I know I have some things I have to do as far as my pictures are concerned, the quality that they are, and maybe even my skill level. I don't even know. I don't know. But if you're watching this, please enjoy it. Subscribe to me and tell people about me. Let's make this channel grow. Because I know there's some others out that have been out there and they planted their seeds and they've been doing it forever, and it's second nature to them. I'm still learning. I'm learning about how to produce this shit together, how to get it to you as quickly as possible, how to give you the best quality product. And me doing it on my laptop is just not acceptable. But let's go ahead and get into this review. It was a good part 1. Couple little parts makes you mad, and it's different because, you know, we didn't seen our Toni Braxton story where she was taken advantage of, and we just seen our TLC where they was taken advantage of. We kind of know from SWV that they didn't get the best treatment either. So the groups back in my day that came out, they got the motherfucking goddamn shaft for real. They did. And even more so, I think New Edition did. And we'll get into that whole thing as I get into the whole thing. I'm going to take you, unlike how I do my reality shows, I'm going to take you through piece by piece how this actually went. And give you my opinion on how I think about it. So, I mean, I might be sitting back a couple of times, and because I do get lazy. My back starts hurting a little bit. So, I might be sitting back a little bit, but I'm going to try to keep my voice up so that y'all can be able to hear me. But it starts off with Bobby Brown's ass on motherfucking stage I guess Bobby Brown and Belle Biv DeVoe, and I don't know who else was supposed to be there, was all doing a concert show. Bobby Brown, being the stage hog, is going over the time, and Belle Biv DeVoe was not going to have that much time to be able to do but 1 or 2 songs. So Ronnie DeVoe gonna go out there and just like hijack Bobby Brown in the middle of it's my prerogative, and just kind of cut that shit the fuck off and be like, I know y'all want to hear some Belle Biv DeVoe, and took it over. And though he pissed off, he gonna go. Ghetto motherfucking ass. That motherfucking ghetto to the motherfucking sea. He gonna go break the thing for the whole fire hose. Take it over there. Motherfucker don't have no motherfucking water. I said, look at his. I said, what is he gonna do? I said, now I know that I never seen this on Google. I never heard the fact that he sit there took a host to the stage. I mean, I don't even remember no Rumble, but it probably was. I mean, I wouldn't think that they would put that part in there and make it so far off base, because I believe from the stories that I was hearing in their interviews that they were saying that this is pretty much true to form, which is sad. which is sad. It is. Um, but I understand. I can't put myself back in that time frame because I mean, even though that was, I'm talking about putting myself back in that time frame. Even though that was my time frame, I don't think I would ever sleep as much as they slept. But when you're trying to break into an industry and you don't really know the industry and you don't know the game or whatever, I mean, I can understand it to a certain extent because when I went from Springfield to DC, I'm thinking I'm running motherfucking shit. I'm gonna get to DC. I'm gonna blend right in. Those motherfuckers said Country Bumpkin get his motherfucking bitch ass right there, right there. And I was. But anyway, so I understand how you can be taken advantage of. But anyway, let's get back to what we was at. So they start brawling. And they start showing all the little issues that they was having. They said, I remember when, see, this is just crazy that they even getting to this point. Because I remember way back in the day, it was nothing even like that. And so then we go back to, I knew that was going to just be the intro to be able to take us back to the beginning. Well, it goes back to the beginning with Ricky Bell wanting to go hang out with Michael Bivins. Now, y'all already know how I felt. Out of all the New Edition people, Ralph Tresvant is too skinny and don't like him. Too feminine. Ronnie DeVoe was too skinny. Ricky Bell just never was really that attracted to me. He was just, okay. And Bobby Brown, only reason why he would be attractive is because I knew he would be a freak. Okay? I mean, and that's once he got older. The younger Bobby Brown, Dusty is a motherfucker. Dusty is a motherfucker, but we ain't gonna go off the younger ones. I'm talking about the older ones. I'm not talking about the younger ones, but I'm just giving y'all a little prelim of where my bias might come into this whole situation. Now, Michael Bivins, if anybody else gonna have, will be Mike. But Mike looked like he was that rough. I mean, that motherfucker ain't gonna take no motherfucking shit, but the motherfucker that sits there and lay you down and knock your motherfucking socks off your motherfucking goddamn feet. Now that I do believe. So I'm sitting there thinking, now why they got motherfucking goddamn Bryson or whatever his name is from Empire, the little lion, whatever, I can't even, Hakeem playing Michael Bivins. Nah, bitch, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all got the wrong person. He ain't no motherfucking adult playing like no Michael Bivins and shit. I got that fucked me all up. You could have found another Michael Bivins besides his motherfucking bitch ass, but anyway, it is what motherfucking is. So, well, they went to go, he went to the basketball court because Mama was like, I don't know why you want to hang with that Michael Bivins because he gonna end up he sitting there smoking, being at the basketball court, drinking, smoking weed. He ain't gonna go nowhere just to find out where he's gonna be in 10 years. Bitch, watch your words. Okay, watch your words because, well, that came back. I mean, you don't necessarily can judge a person by just what you think. Mamas, y'all might be right most of the time, but sometimes y'all wrong. And this time, in this case, we now know that you were wrong, but you didn't know at the time that you was wrong. So you don't want him to hang with him. So he snuck out of the house anyway, and they went to this little talent show thing. And I was like, I thought they was gonna be performing. Well, guess who was sitting there getting ready to do his little performance, and he was all dressed up, G'd up, getting ready to come on there, Bobby Brown. They said, here he is, he's 11 years old, making his debut in this talent competition. He got on that stage, and they were screaming and yelling and hollering at him. That motherfucking bitch ass got froze up and like... And I said, well, motherfucker, say something. I mean, just mumble to the crowd, do something. That motherfucker looked over to his mom, and she's like, and he came running off the stage. So the next day, his bitch ass gonna go. I can't stretch this out forever and ever. But the next day, he went and he was boasting like he was. That he threw down, and they was like, "How you do?" He said, I was doing shucking and jiving, doing my thing." They said, "Bitch, we was there." So anyway, that's when they said. I mean, he said, "Well, well, next time it ain't gonna be like that, cause we gonna all do it together." And that's like, nah. I mean, I ain't really trying to do all that. And he said, look, just think about all the honeys you can get. He always thinking about bitches at that young age. Bobby, regardless, was a motherfucking goddamn hoe. And so they decided to come together. But then they got Ralph. Ralph was sitting there trying to mac on this. Was doing his little karate kick bullshit or whatever he was doing, and there was this little girl that was sitting there looking at him because Bobby's like, "Can he sing?" He's yeah, he can sing. So Ricky had went over there and acted like he was liking the girl, so the Ralph would go over there and have to be singing to her. You know, they did their little Michael Jackson song or whatever, and it was cute or whatever. So they sit there and realized that there was a group. So that's when they went to Brooke. And they waited for Brooke to come out the club because they wanted him to manage her. And he's like, no, I ain't doing no kids now. I ain't doing it. They said, fuck this shit. They stood in front of him, started performing. Old girl in the car with Brooke was laughing or whatever. He said, yep, be there at 9 o'clock in the morning. So that's where Brooke came into. And Brooke was like, look, I don't manage no kids, but I can maybe show you some dance moves. And I'm going to tell you this right now. There ain't no holes in this group where everybody's going to have a verse and everybody's going to be doing something. So if you think you're going to be showboating, then you ain't going to be a part of this group. So they went to this talent competition. And now I'm speeding this up because I cannot just go piece by piece because we would be here forever. So I'm gonna basically. So then they go to a talent competition, and evidently some Well, first of all, let me tell you about Kurtis Blow. They was already doing these pre. What was that before? Their album? No, yeah, before they even did the album, they was already doing some a whole bunch of talent competitions or whatever. Just the four of them, because Ronnie wasn't in the group at this particular point in time. It was just the four. Bobby, Ricky, Mike, and Ralph. That was it. The four of them, and they was doing all these talent competitions, was winning them or whatever. So they was like, becoming popular, but they was gonna open up for somebody. I forget what the main group was. I think it was Madonna. I think. I might be wrong. But Kurtis Blow was going to be there too. And Kurtis Blow didn't want to go first because he said he wasn't going to open up for no damn little kids. And I was like, but his whole attitude says, Mr. Blow, can we get your autograph? He said, I think maybe I should be asking you for y'all. Y'all from the Nation of Islam? And I was like, you petty ass motherfucking bitch. You just mad because Candy Girl was at the motherfucking top of the charts. But no, this was after. Okay, I mixed that up. I got the Kurtis Blow part out the way, but that was actually before. But before we can even get to that scene with Kurtis Blow, this is what happened. They had the talent show and they won. They actually lost to this rap group, but everybody in the theater went ham on their song and was standing up, and they kept on saying "New Edition, New Edition, New Edition," even after they had booed when they said who the winners was. They booed on them, and they said "New Edition, New Edition, New Edition." So he said, "Well, I'm going to give out 2 record deals. New Edition going to get 1 too." So he had them come in. Now this is where their ignorance comes in, because they gonna go finally make it to a studio to get ready to record that record, and Bobby and whoever, I don't know who the two was fighting, was in the studio in the booth fighting over headphones. So Ralph is over there sitting there chilling to do his part, because sometimes when you do in the studio you'll do different parts and you go into the booth at different times. He's sitting over there chilling while he said, "Well, you got your part ready?" And he said, "Yeah." So he go in and he sit there, Candy Girl, and blew it. And Maurice was like, Faison Love was Maurice, y'all. I love my fat little bit teddy bear motherfucking Faison Love, even with the motherfucking perm and all that shit. So, I know I could take that fucking shit off his motherfucking head and I know what he looked like, but Faison Love was motherfucking goddamn Maurice. And Maurice was like, heard him blowing. Now, see, they already starting to get jealous. Oh, can we sing a part now? Well, bitches, if y'all would have went in there and act like y'all had some motherfucking goddamn sense, maybe you could have been in there. So Maurice was actually going to Ralph to tell Ralph, I want you as a singer. I want to take you just by yourself. And Ralph was like, look, I'm from the OP, and it don't go down like that. Nigga, you act like you from fucking goddamn Compton. Y'all from motherfucking goddamn Boston. Don't act like y'all no motherfucker rough and tough and y'all some motherfucking gangsters up in motherfucking Boston. Yeah, y'all might be on the motherfucking East Coast, but god damn it, don't be making it seem like you know motherfucking little New York or nothing. Bitch, I'm not. Anyway, he was making it out, but he was loyal to the group, and I got to give that to Ralph for that. Ralph didn't go, even though later on down in life he did. He did do his little single thing, but he didn't do it from the very beginning. And I got to give him that. He said, "No, they got to come with me. I can't rock by myself because if I come like that, then all the people gonna hate me, and then I don't think I might go." He probably wouldn't have went nowhere because they would have been all hating on him. So that's when they signed up with Maurice, and they did Candy Girl. And that's when they was going to open up. Curtis Blow didn't want them to. They had to go before Curtis Blow because he was trying to act like he was just some superstar, even though they had the #1 record above Michael Jackson. Beat it. So now they doing all these little. They start touring, y'all, and this is where it starts becoming to the point of the ignorance, because I know it's a time frame as far as the movie is concerned, but when they went on the tour when they first started on the tour, they were kids, and it was transitioning into their adult characters or whatever. Which is, I'm fine that was going to have to happen, but I can't believe that nobody discussed this whole money situation before they got to the point where they were as adults. Because first of all, my kids wouldn't have went across the country and went out of the country, and I did not have a better deal for them by that point. There would just be no way in the world, possible way in the world. You don't have to be no rocket scientist, and and Brooke. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say Brooke was no horrible person, and Brooke let them go without no fight, because when they got back from the tour, was when the shit. Because the mother said something before the tour, 2 of them, and he was like, "Just hold tight, they get ready." I'm assuming that, but he didn't have no idea about being a man. I don't know how much of a cut he was getting. I don't think he was getting. I don't think Brooke was getting over at all. I think Maurice and everybody else was getting over for like a fat rap, because these motherfuckers had a number. That first album sold like hotcakes. I don't know. I'm at the Google or whatever, but I wouldn't be surprised if their first album wasn't their best album. Or maybe if it isn't Love, might be the one, but I don't know. But I know that they got a lot of sales off of If This Is the End. or their first one, Candy Girl. Well, I don't know what the title of the first one was, but I remember the last track on that motherfucker. Is this the end? Are you my baby? So they come back. They come back after this tour, going over to London and some more shit, and coming back and being dropped off at the fucking ghetto. And I'm like, well, how the fuck nobody the fuck up out of there? But when she sees that check for $1.07 motherfucking cents for them to fucking split, bitch. How do you let your kids go the fuck out of the country, do all this traveling, and you ain't checking into none of the fine-tooth comb or what's going on in that fucking contract? And how did you just, because Maurice told you get a $500 signing bonus and those motherfucking goddamn go-karts. Those mopeds. Are you serious? That you really thought that was, you jumped on it that much that you didn't even, not one of them sat there and read the fine print. No, none of them. None of them. And all these expenses and stuff that they didn't have them stand up in no four seasons. So they roughed them off. I gotta sit there and say I think they even roughed them off more than what TLC and Tony Braxton got roughed off. I honestly and truly believe, because at least they were seeing thousands. Maybe it might have been like 50 or something thousand. Not that these people weren't getting paid anything. And then Gary comes along, and Gary sells them this motherfucking dream. This is the thing. You was operating at a low budget scale. He's getting ready to take you to a whole nother level. And if you don't know by now, because you're in the music industry, you know who your record label was. But you have got to know, if you in the music industry, that you're not so secluded that you would not know the other major record labels. Because if that's what you do and now this is your profession, then you're going to sit there and want to learn about what it is that you do, and not just let nobody guide your hand, and you're not going to research it. That's where I don't understand. I don't understand how they got so lost for so long. Now, of course, their parents are not all educated, for real, because if they was educated, then none of this shit would ever happen. So they didn't have no educated parents at all, period. But when you decide that you were supposed to be so grown that you can go out and get all these pussies and hit these motherfucking Soul Train award dancers and all this other type of stuff, you need to start thinking about how this motherfucking works. And that's where I'm kind of frustrated with him, because I'm saying it's okay for the first years that you was doing it, but why didn't y'all pay attention the latter years? And when you went up into that motherfucking goddamn MCA, skipping like y'all was the motherfucking goddamn, I don't know. I mean, who gonna go through an office skipping and singing and doing all that motherfucking goddamn bullshit? And Gary, that's your white ass for telling them to do that motherfucking bullshit. And then he gonna sit there and take him in that boardroom and ream his motherfucking ass out. But I'm sitting there saying they don't get it. They just think it is about getting some pussy and what's the name. And I'm like, no wonder somebody just came in and scooped their motherfucking coins from them. And that they didn't get nothing, because motherfucker, you got to be about your motherfucking dollar. You got to be about your dollar, and I'm sorry, they was not about their dollar. Because if I knew that this was going to be my profession, I'm going to know it inside and out. I don't need nobody to sit there and tell me this. I'm going to read what it is that I'm doing. That's just like Ice Cube and Compton. And Straight Outta Compton. Once he realized what in the fuck was going on, he wasn't going to just sign any type of paper and sign over with Jerry. He wasn't going to do that. He going to read his motherfucking shit and get it checked out. And when he went over to that dude, and that dude sit there and fucked him over again, then he made sure that was rectified. Because he wasn't going to have it. He knows what he was bringing in. He know what he was selling. He was looking at what was going on. These motherfuckers don't know nothing but the fact that they can go out and get some motherfucking pussy, and they stand up in the hotel and they ain't paying no motherfucking goddamn rent. And now they're not in the motherfucking goddamn ghetto. They got a house that they're renting so they feel like they out the fucking ghetto. What type of shit is that? Bobby Brown is all. I mean, I can already see where they're starting to get jealous, because Ralph is doing some of the, leading a lot of the songs, and that's because they so busy trying to. Y'all did that to yourself. Y'all definitely did that to yourself. Because if y'all would have been focused on shit and then what you had to do, then all y'all would have had equal parts the way that y'all started off. When y'all started off, each one of y'all had y'all's equal parts that y'all sung. But because y'all going up in the booth and y'all fighting and y'all ain't even focused, then y'all gonna leave the motherfucking studio. And then go to shopping at the mall. Nigga, you don't got no fucking money as it is. How do you do that? And you know that you don't have no fucking money. But anyway, the show is good. The acting is good so far. I gotta give it to him. It just takes me back nostalgia, because I'm like, man, I remember. But I just didn't know how. See, I guess I cannot fault them, because I did not know. I didn't know because I didn't care, because it didn't affect me. I didn't know that how much they was taking advantage of. I guess that's what I should say. And I didn't know. Okay, I didn't. So now I do, and I'm gonna learn some more tomorrow. So stay tuned for part 2 tomorrow, y'all. I got the haves and the have-nots I gotta do after this. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's gonna be a long night. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace out.